Welcome, Rabid here, coming at you from via BTC's website. So this is a sponsored video from via BTC, but we're gonna go over their pool here, show you all their features, and they're curious if you want to try them out because most people already have, and they are the largest mining pool on the majority of coins that actually matter. So let's take a look at a few things here. So let's just start things off with supported coins. So obviously we got Bitcoin here, we got Bitcoin Cash, we got XCC, we got Litecoin, we got ETC, ZEC. ZEC has been pumping like crazy, probably one of the most talked about, hyped up coins at the moment. We got Dash, some CKB, some HNS, and of course we have some Kaspa. So let's take a look here. We go to Zcash via BTC is indeed the top pool for Zcash by a decent amount here. Coming into Bitcoin, they are the fourth largest mining pool for Bitcoin here. Bitcoin Cash, they are rocking the top spot in first place here. Litecoin, first place here. Dogecoin, first place here, and Dash, they are in second place. So we can see that definitely got their foot in the door for the majority of all the coins that actually make money and mean something. So now let's take a look at a few things that make life a little bit more on the easier side. So if we come into the assets right here, which is everything you've been mining so far, via BTC is actually owned and operated also by CoinX. They got the same founding company and leader and all sorts of that. So they're pretty much the same entity. So you can also mine directly to the CoinX exchange through via BTC at no fees and stuff like that. So that's pretty amazing for people that want to do some quick swaps. Now within the pool itself, you can also do a lot of stuff with the assets alone. So obviously you can deposit funds, withdraw funds, convert funds, like an exchange kind of built into the pool here. But coming in here, let's say an example, we want our auto deposit and stuff. So if you want to just set your auto withdrawal settings to your hardware wallet or something, click right here, and this is where you would set in, like example, here's your Bitcoin address, here's my Litecoin address, turn it on, set your minimum amounts and so on, and that's how you get your auto payouts. It's pretty basic and simple to figure that out, but the convert feature is pretty next level. So here you can see you got some Bitcoin here, you can auto convert that into straight up stable coin if you actually want to, start cashing out. You're mining Bitcoin. Bitcoin's pretty much at an all-time high. It's peaked. You think you're feeling out the cycle. It's time to start converting that before it drops. You can easily keep mining Bitcoin and getting it in that USDT. That's pretty next level and game changing. On the other hand, say you're mining other coins, say Litecoin for an example, or Dogecoin, and you want to actually convert that into USDT or Bitcoin. A lot of people love getting paid out in Bitcoin and stuff. So you can just take your mined coins and easily convert that into Bitcoin if Bitcoin is still on the way up or something. So that's something a lot of people will find very interesting. As a lot of pools, you have to actually send to exchanges, pay exchange fees, and then withdrawal fees and all these crazy stuff where you can easily just do it within the pool that you are mining to. And again, remember, they actually have the pools for these coins. All the coins that they support in mining, you can easily just come into here and you're mining to a Zcash. Prime example right now, it's been pumping like crazy. Easily swap that into USDT or Bitcoin, mining that pump before it crashes to zero. So, makes life very, very easy instead of doing all that stuff on different websites and sending coins all over the place. All right, guys, so now we're going to take a look at some new features which are next level and game changing. But same time, I don't 100% agree with it. But hey, you know what? Do what you got to do. People are using these things, but I don't know how they work at all. But it's pretty insane that you can actually take out crypto loans from a mining pool now. So collateral pledge loans. So you can do all the swaps. You got the exchange built in here. And a newer thing they just put into here is you can actually borrow USDT. Now the percentage is 9.9. That's pretty high. And then I don't know how this works with markets. Like what happens if you borrow and then the markets crash? How does that play out? Or say it's crashed and you borrow and then the markets go up. I have no idea how that ties onto any of this. I am not familiar with this. We can see discount rates and, here's a bunch of FAQs. So are there any borrowing limits? So the minimum loan per transaction is 50 USDT. There is no fixed amount. It depends on the value of your pledged assets. How is the interest calculated? Interest is calculated daily using simple interest with partial days counted as full days. So they make a partial day count as a full day, so that kind of sucks. 1 day of interest occurs immediately upon borrowing, and therefore interest occurs daily at 00 UTC time on the outstanding principal. Daily interest equals outstanding principal times APR 365. How long is the loan term? Can I repay in advance? You can borrow and repay at any time without forced liquidation. You can arrange your repayment anytime and amount based on your funds. So it sounds just like you're going through a normal type of loan situation here. So this is available. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if any of you guys have ever tried anything like this. I'm really up in the air about any type of crypto loans, but this is something that, it is new to there, and, some people are probably going to use it. Some people aren't. Do your own research, not financial advice, all that other good stuff. But I'd be very, very careful when it comes to things like this. In the resources, which I never really checked out, but I found this actually quite interesting. If we go to mining companies, we can see that they actually have the contacts of a bunch of legit companies that sell ASICs and stuff. So you can just go to contacts and get a hold of these places directly if that's something you choose to do. The other one here is mining farms. So it looks like they actually have hosting applications here. And here's the locations and where they are for crypto hosting. Here's 7.8 cents power. So that's decently cheaper. This is around 6 cents. I don't know what this wet and dry season is, so this might be new coming online. 7.8 cents here also. But if you put in a hosting application, you can say your mining model, the number of units, how much you're estimating for days, your name, your email, and then, maybe some comments, and submit an application. And it looks like a host can pick it up and say, hey, yeah, I'll host them and stuff like that. So I didn't know about this also, but it looks like power is pretty pretty cheap here for the most part. I don't know about this name. Look at this name. That's kind of funny if you think about it. We got Crypto Hall 24, New Lancy here. Core Scientific. I've heard of them a few times here, so they're a pretty big area here. But yeah, very interesting stuff. Around 6 cent power. They have 403 megawatts of power. That's insane. These people have 15 megawatts, 6 megawatts, 10 megawatts. So obviously, Core Scientific here with 3 sites does have, the largest one in terms of hosting power and power capabilities. But I don't know how full or anything they are either. But it's really nice to see that you can just apply for some hosting applications here. So I don't know what it takes. I wonder if Terahashing, because obviously they're a host as well, if they can apply to be on this listed as well, and as well as metered mining, because we know they are hosting for ASICs and GPUs and stuff as well. Metered mining for GPUs, I believe Terra is only at ASIC hosting now, but those are great places as well with great power prices that you can use for hosting your ASIC rigs as well there. So pretty awesome that they have this tool built into the mining pool as well. Looks like we got some blog posts here. So here's some news articles and how to understand stuff, if that's something you're into, like crypto mining difficulty explained. This is a big one. A lot of people should obviously know if they're mining cryptocurrency, so they understand how payments and all that stuff works, network hash rates, difficulties. That's pretty much, they'll determine how your pay goes up and down based on the network conditions here. And then coming into more, I see statistics and stuff. Statistics, we got, okay, so this goes through the coins, and it's pretty much pool statistics. 3-day luck is under 100%. That's awesome. Past week, 81%, so really awesome. Total luck, they're averaging less than 100%. So this is pretty amazing. Very low orphan rate. Total of 18 orphaned out of 48,677 blocks. That's a pretty darn good orphan rate, I must say. So that's awesome. And then obviously they got the same stats for all of the other pools. Daily luck chart looks like recently this had massive luck, and then here's all the blocks and everything they have found. So pretty much all the stats you need, everything. Like, this is pretty insane. They could do so much for all the people that are mining on the pool here, whether it's swapping your assets around, doing loans now, resources for hosting. Like, they got a lot of stuff going on this mining pool. So I can see why it is a top mining pool for a lot of these coins that matter. All right, so just for some basic understanding here now of getting set up and everything on this, obviously you got to make an account. This is an account-based pool here. I will have a link down in the description. But if you scroll down here, this is your basic parameters. Once you're in your pool setting at the top left here, that'll bring you to the page we're currently at. And here's your, say, BTC, whatever you want to mine. You can select it from the drop down here. But we're going to mine some BTC. So here's our Stratum-based URLs we're going to use in our miner here. And all you got to use for you pick your stratum here, and then your username and address and stuff will be under your account. So in this case, for me, my account name is Rabid Mining. It'll just be rabidmining dot whatever I want to name my worker name, Bitcoin miner 1 or something like that. And then we have smart mining URL right here. So this is actually if you want to switch between different SHA-256 coins on the fly. So you can have just your straight stratum here, or if you want to do some smart switching here, which you can change by simply clicking on your account info. Right now you can see I'm in solo mode. We click on that right here, we can switch it over. You can change once per 24 hours. So right now it's in solo mode. You can change it to PPLNS mode or PPS plus mode, and you can only do that change once every day. And then coming in here where I was talking about smart mining, this is where you must use your smart mining URL, but you can quickly just one click change this over to BTC or Bitcoin Cash. Either one, super fast in the one-click switch mode. So it makes it really fast and easy to move between those SHA-256 coins without having to come in and rechange your stratums and everything in your miner. You can just do it straight from the pool. All right, guys, so that's pretty much Via BTC in a nutshell. They got a lot of features going on here. Obviously, easy mining, one switch mining, solo mining, quick asset coming in to convert to USDT or Bitcoin or anything. They got the new feature of loans with collateral, which is pretty insane that mining pools are doing this now. They're pretty much got resources for hosting, blogs, news, more statistics, a lot of stuff going on at Via BTC. If you have not yet tried this pool, and there's good reason why so many people are using this as their main go-to pool for a lot of the coins that matter here, that actually make money, and they're not just a big crap coin like the majority of the markets are. This is where the majority of the good coins are being mined here. So thank you for checking out this video. I will see you guys on the next one. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on Via BTC. If you tried it in the past, thoughts on their newer features, and hit that subscribe button for future videos. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.